I coached Chris 3 years at Austin Peay. In those 3 years, Chris kind of became a second son to me. I can remember the first time I went and watched Chris at Columbia High School, and I noticed that he was coming off the bench. You know, they had a great team. But I did notice when he got in the game that the way that they played really changed. He was running the floor, he was blocking shots, he was dunking, tip dunk, he was crashing the glass. When I got back the next day, I told Coach Luce, I said, hey Coach, man, we need to keep an eye on this guy. His dad played at Austin Peay. He has a gift to block shots. We didn't know his gift was as great as it was, but he did have a gift from the first time I seen him. And Coach Luce went down, and Coach Luce watched him a few times, and Coach Luce ended up offering him. And Chris got to campus like most freshmen, a deer in headlights, and he ended up taking, and he wanted to work. He didn't want to be a one-dimensional player. He wanted to be an all-around polished player. So he worked at it, you know. We worked at a lot of things, his hand-eye coordination. We worked at that, and he wanted to, you know, and that's why we're here today. I just want Chris to know that I'm very proud of him. I'm still proud of him, and I know that his mom is very happy, and she is shining down, and she is smiling big as all get out, like she always did. And I just want you to know that I'm proud of you, and welcome to the Hall.
Chris Horton means the world to me. Chris Horton is a person that challenges you every day of your life. I'm a friction guy. I love being around people that brings me friction. What I can tell you is that every day I was fortunate enough to coach Chris, he was very frictional. But it was frictional in a way to where it wasn't detrimental. It was frictional every day to where he really challenged you to give you his best, because you are always going to get Chris's best. That's why he did phenomenal things as a player. That's why he set Division I records that still holds and stands today. That's why he set Austin Peay records that still hold and stands today. But even with all of that, what I can tell you is that Chris Horton is a way better human being than he ever dreamed about being a basketball player. And he is a great basketball player even still to this day. He just won MVP for the month of December in the league that he's playing in now. It just shows you how longevity has been on his side because of his mentality. He's one of the most loving people I've ever been around in my life. He calls and checks on me consistently. Whenever I see him, whenever I FaceTime him, he always greets me with that big gigantic smile, and so infectious and contagious. And I have so much unconditional love for Chris Horton because he is just a special human being that really loves and cares for others. And I'm so fortunate to be in my career today where I am, being fortunate enough to coach players like Chris Horton that made me a much better coach than what I am. Thank you, Chris. Love you for being who you are.
It seems as though when the name Chris Horton comes up, everybody's thoughts go to the very last week of his season, his senior year, when he was so awesome in the conference tournament. Chris, as you know, really started to build quite a resume as a freshman after he blocked 100 shots and was named the OVC Freshman of the Year 9 different times. But between that freshman year and when he brought it all together in that conference tournament in 2016, there was a lot of work to be done, and Chris didn't shy away from it. But that last week was awesome. I've never seen anybody play a better week of basketball than Chris Horton did in the conference tournament in 2016. Of course, most people know the story. His team was seeded 8th, and Chris, in a lot of ways, took the lead for our team, and then we won 4 games in 4 nights to win the conference championship. During that week, Chris The first game against Tennessee Tech had 37 points and 21 rebounds. And he followed that up with 30 points and 16 rebounds against Belmont to help us go on and win the tournament. So Chris had made himself a no-brainer in my mind as a Hall of Famer. Chris, we appreciate everything that you did for our basketball team and for this university. I congratulate you and welcome to the Hall of Fame.
Hey everybody, first off I want to thank the Austin Peay Athletics Department and Committee for allowing me to be part of history, allowing me to be amongst the greats, and I'm so appreciative and honored for this. Next I want to thank Coach Luce, I want to thank Bub, I want to thank Coach Gibson for believing in the skinny kid from Decatur, Georgia. Those three instilled values into me on how to become a governor, what it's like to become a governor. They helped me become a man. I want to thank all my coaches and everybody else that has also helped me along this journey. I want to thank Joni Johnson for your help, your support, you being as great as you are. The athletics department wouldn't be what it is without you and your staff and everything you've done. I want to thank Hayden McCain for just being one of the greatest people I've ever known. Your support, your love, your passion for the sport, for helping everybody. You made everybody's lives easier in those 4 years. I want to thank Clarksville as a city, as a community, for your support, your love, everything, for believing in me. Every block, every dunk, every steal was to represent Clarksville and Austin Peay, and I'm glad that I was able to bring a championship here. I'm glad I was able to be a part of history for the city, for the school. I want to thank my teammates, every single teammate that has helped me along the journey to get to that point. Everybody from freshman to senior year played a role in helping me complete this job, complete this mission. Every experience I've ever had with them, I want to thank them for all the fights we went through. I want to thank my dad for coming to every game he could come to, his support, his advice, his love, him helping me be a man away from home. I wanted to be a governor like you. I wanted to follow in your footsteps. I wanted to experience what you experienced. I wanted to go through what you went through. And none of this would be really possible without your support and your advice and helping me out. I want to thank Kendall, my cousin, for his advice on how to navigate college, his support on just how to be a better man as well. Everything I've learned on being more sociable, being a better person, I want to thank him. I want to thank Mimi for your support, your love. You come to every game that you could come to. You shower me with food, sending food up, and I'm so appreciative of you just being here and helping me along the journey as well. And I want to thank my #1 fan. I wouldn't be here without you. Your support, your love, your daily advice, you coming to every possible game that you could come to. I will always find you in a game, in the crowd, in the gym, wherever we are. I wouldn't be here without you, and I'm glad that you were here along this journey and we was able to make history together. I love you, Mom, and thank you.